Hello friends, welcome back. Now we are going to read about the official language debate. Okay, in which we are going to discuss about national language, the topic of national language and topic of the official language, under which we'll see the we'll see the topic of official language in the context of English, Hindustani, okay, and Hindi. Then we'll see what does Constitution say about this topic, this subject, and we'll see the transition period. Okay, then committees and official language act and anti-Hindi movement and the amendment to the official language act done by the Indira Gandhi, and we'll conclude. Okay, just okay. Now we'll start. Official language debate. Okay, national language. So this was a question after the independence, that which one should be our national language. So this issue was resolved when the constitution said that all the major languages of India are the India's national language. So there is no not a single national language. Okay, all the major languages of India are national language. Now what is the thing is, now the question arises, what should be our official language, because we have to do the work, no? So what should be the official language of the work, of official language of the central government, so that it should carry out its work and also communicate with the states. So it was a complex issue because there were a lot of languages, so everybody wanted, particularly this in the southern states, they have the very strong pride on their language. Yes, it is they are one of the ancient languages of India. So that's why. So that was a complex issue, that what should be our official language in which central government would carry out its work and also communicate with the states. Okay, so there was three options, three candidates: English, Hindustani, Hindi. English was rejected because English was seen as the symbol of colonialism, and our leaders were against it, and they were of the opinion that masses can grow educationally only through the medium of their own language. Okay, Hindustani is amalgamation of Hindi plus Urdu. Okay, so Nehru and Gandhi opted for the Hindustani, but after the partition, Pakistan made Urdu as their national language. So Urdu was being seen as the symbol of secession and advocate. So instead of Hindustani, Hindi was advocated in Devanagari script, to be made as the official language. As a result, case of Hindustani got killed. Okay, now Hindi now remained the sole contender, but there was a problem here also. This South Indians did not accept the Hindustani. So and Hindi was even less so. Why? Because Hindi is relatively newer language. South Indian languages are very old. Okay, and they have rich history, rich academic history as well, rich cultural history as well. So what were the contention of the South Indian? They said that it will give disproportionate advantage to the North Indians in central educational institutions. Of course, it will give if Hindi would have been implemented as a this official language or national language, whatever. So they said it would give disproportionate advantage to North Indians in the central services. Yes, and it will it will kill the not kill it will deteriorate the it will not be contributing the social, economic, and administrative and political affairs of the South India, because South Indians for example Tamil Nadu, they communicate in the Tamil. In Kerala they communicate in the Malayalam. In Karnataka they communicate in the Kannada, and these languages have very rich history, very rich history. Lots of texts have been written there, and none of the language is that much developed that it can accommodate all the feelings and emotions of a particular society, particularly so when that language is very new. So if Hindi would have been imposed, then it would kill the social sphere or economic also, because they have to understand, they have to learn Hindi and to indulge themselves in the economic activities, or they have to learn Hindi to communicate with the administration, and they have to learn Hindi to participate in the political activities. Okay, so they would have been at a disadvantage. Okay, why should they learn? Okay, you know. Hindi is also less developed. Yes, Hindi was less developed. Even Ambedkar rejected Hindi because Ambedkar told that technicalities of the constitution, technicalities in the constitution could be better taken care of by framing it in the English. Okay, they preferred English as an official and link language of the union. South Indians. So what does Constitution say? The Constitution Assembly finally arrived at a compromise. Under Article 343, Constitution provided that official language of the Union shall be Hindi in Devanagari script, and for 15 years from the commencement of the Constitution, English shall continue to be used for the official purpose of the Union, and at the expiration of that period, English shall cease to be used for the all for official purposes. Parliament was empowered to provide use of English even after the 1965. This is written in the Article 343. Okay, the Constitution makers, the Constitution makers or Constituent Assembly hoped that by 1965, Hindi would spread, and resistance to it would weaken. You know, by the time they say no, just bide your time, everything will be okay. So they thought that Hindi would spread and resistance to it would weaken. But you know, and government of India was also duty bound, you know, as per Article 343, that they have to overcome the weaknesses of Hindi. You know, what are the weaknesses of Hindi? Because Hindi is, because of the newer language, there are lots of, you know, words or to be, you know, could be included. There was a lot of, you know, scope for the improvement of the, you know, vocabulary of the Hindi. Okay, and duty bound to make it simple. You know, don't make it too complex, otherwise it will be difficult to you know, the non-Hindi speaker to accommodate Hindi in his general lifestyle. Okay, and secure its enrichment by drawing upon forms. Okay, forms, styles, expressions from other languages in the 8th schedule. 8th schedule, 22 languages. So this was all, you know, written in the Article 343. And what happened in the transition period? Transition period means 50 to 65, when English was supposed to cease to exist as an official language. Okay, so what happened? Hindi protagonists who were in the, you know, who were the supporters of Hindi, instead of taking a slow and gradual approach towards allowing the non-Hindi speakers to learn and accept Hindi, preferred imposition. In 57, Lohia, Sanyukta Social Party and Jan Sangh launched a militant movement for the imposition of the Hindi. Okay, the movement continued for 2 years. Okay, after 7 years only, they got, you know, they got very, you know, agitated that yes, Hindi should be, okay, the pan-India language. Instead of developing a simple standard language, they also, you know, tried to Sanskritize, you know, the name of the Sanskrit for the purity of the language. And even North Indians, you know, don't know, many North Indians don't know Sanskrit, so it will be difficult for everyone, you know. So just, okay, so committees and all this led to the opposition by the non-Hindi speaker regions. Yes, so also in this background, government constituted first official language commission. Okay, official language commission in 1955. The report of the official language commission was not unanimous and had a dissenting note from the Tamil Nadu and West Bengal member of the commission. Okay, so report was sent to the for review to a parliamentary committee, which also recommended Hindi should be made primary official language and English as a subsidiary one. Okay, to implement this recommendation of the joint parliamentary committee, government took series of steps. They set up a Hindi directorate. They set up, you know, they made the compulsory training of central government employees in Hindi, and they translated central government translated major texts of laws into Hindi. Then came the Official Language Act 1963. Okay, 1963. Official Language Commission was formed in 55. Official Language Act 63, 2 years before the, you know, supposedly, you know, ceasing of the English as official language. Okay, so now all these steps, imposition by this Hindi protagonist, Sanskritization by them. Okay, and committee's report. Okay, which was in favor of the Hindi only, you know, and government steps, other government steps aroused, you know, suspicion and anxiety in the minds of non-Hindi people. Okay, so to allay their fears, Nehru passed Official Language Act 1963. Okay, under which English might continue, and English might continue for an indefinite period along with Hindi. Okay, as official language of the government of India, and for the communication between central states. Then anti-Hindi movement started. Why? Because this Official Language Act, you know, came in 63. Okay, 2 years before the 65. Then Nehru died 64, and Nehru had already clarified that may in the this English might continue. May meant shall means English will continue. But after his death, pro Hindi, Congress politicians, they were, meaning like may means may not. Okay, so and Lal Bahadur Shastri was also insensitive. Okay, insensitive about the concern of the non-Hindi speaker. Okay, as a result, this strong anti-Hindi movement began in Tamil Nadu which was led by the DMK. Its leader C.N. Annadurai. Okay, students joined. Okay, violent clashes happened between police and the students. Their slogan was Hindi never, English ever. Okay, and eventually government was forced to reverse its stand. Okay, and English Shastri agreed that English will continue to be used for the official purpose of the government of India as a link language. Okay, then Shastri earlier told, who was earlier not so concerned about the concerns of South Indians. Then Official Language Act amendment came. Who brought it? Amendment Indira Gandhi. Okay, Indira Gandhi amendment to 1963, under which English would continue until a resolution is passed by all state legislatures, provided for the discontinuation of the use of English for official purpose of government India and link language. Okay, so this is very impossible now. No, there will never be any time when all the states will pass legislation in the legislature for the discontinuance of the use of English. Okay, so this is, and Public Service Commission examinations will be conducted in English, Hindi, and all regional languages provided in the 8th schedule. Okay, and this amendment brought 3-language formula for non-Hindi states: mother tongue Hindi and English, and for Hindi states Hindi, English, and non-Hindi, probably South Indian language. Okay, this was widely acceptable. Concluding remarks: since 1967. Why 1967? This amendment came in 1967 by Indira Gandhi. So the problem of official language gradually disappeared. Why? Because Hindi has been making rapid progress in non-Hindi states through education, trade, tourism, films, radio. See, now this South Indian movies are also being dubbed into the Hindi. Very nice. Very nice movies. And use of English has been spreading fast. Use of English has become English is a status symbol for few people, particularly in the north. So the parents are sending their kids for the personality development classes, and and English has a lot of utility as well, because due to the globalization, we are the back office of the world. So English is being has been spreading fast, including in the Hindi states. This is visible from the number of private English schools, increasing circulation of English newspaper, spread of English movies, etc. So that's it. Thank you.